Today I'm losing the videos after some days because I was not feeling well. Now I'm MSc PhD botany, MCA and B.Ed M.Ed also. Now I'm giving the notes of kingdom fungi. Fungi, that is study of fungi is called plant pathology. Saprophytic fungi obtain their organic food requirement from dead organic matter and decomposers of organic matter. They are essential. They are either they are either parasites or saprophytes, and sometimes they produce various diseases that is called fungal pathology. Saprophytic fungi obtain their organic food requirement from dead organic matter, and decomposers are those organisms which get their food from the decomposed fungal structure and from nature of growth. In this diagram, you are looking that is these prosenchyma, some is pseudoparenchyma. Fungal structure are of different types. The fungal structure is known as hyphae and the total structure known as mycelium. So it is called prosenchyma or it is called pseudoparenchyma. Reproductive phase is very conspicuous. Hypha becomes serial theory from fructification of pseudomodi. It comes through the spores produced during the phase are colored. Tissue and cell structure. If you see a compact tissue that is called parenchyma, if it is found of a threads that is called prosenchyma. Hyphal can be septate or aseptate. In a diagram you can see one hypha that is contains various nuclei that is called sinusitic. When there are septum, they are called aseptate. If you see the diagram of a septum, then fungal hypha is made of chitin or fungal cellulose. Various nuclei are present, and glycogen and volatilin is their food material. That is the structure of hyphae. Now we see then when there are various nuclei, there are that is called sinusitic. When there is when two types that is called dikaryotic. In this fungi, we see the sexual reproduction. It involves the formation and union of two gametes. Sexual reproduction is absent in the artificial group of fungi called fungi imperfecti. That is, example is Alternaria. And fungi may be homothallic or heterothallic. When sometimes the plasma contact with each other, that is called plasmogamy, and when two nuclei are fused, that is called karyogamy. That is called karyogamy. Now we proceed to the next. Sexual reproduction occurs by 5 methods. First is planogametic copulation. In planogametic copulation, first is gametes are formed, they fuse, that is called anisogamy, and if one is large and one is short, that is called oogamy. And in nuclear and rhizopus, gametangial fusion copulation is found, and that is gametangia are formed. They are located between the suspensor. Gametangial contact, there are two types of sex organs, Antheridia and Oogonia. Male gamete or nuclei are transferred to the oogonium through a fertilization tube. Now next is gametangial copulation. Gametangial copulation takes place by spermatogony or by somatogony. In spermatogony, two gametes are fused, and in somatogamy, plasma is fused. Heterothallism is found in Mucor and Rhizopus. Two hypha come in contact to each other. One is male, one is female, and they form gametes, cynogametes, and by the combination of these, that there is formed zygote or zygospores. We see spermatogony, you can see this diagram, and somatogamy, you can see this diagram. That is very important. Heterothallism, it was discovered by Blakeslee. When two filaments are physiologically similar, but genetically they are different. One is male gamete and another is female gamete. And this phenomena is called heterothallism. Next is vegetative reproduction. ये फ्रेगमेंटेशन से होता है बाय बर्डिंग एंड स्क्लेरोसिया बनते हैं, राइजोमॉर्फ बनते हैं और विद वेल डिफाइंड एनिमल्स फॉर fragmentation by breaking of this, then budding just like in yeast, and fission by breaking, and by sclerotium it is a multicellular structure and there is growing point. If we see the sexual reproduction in fungi, it is very important and you should study it properly. Dear students, it can be asked in examination, and what is heterothallism, what is spore, what is zygospore, what is budding. So you should pay attention on these topics because they are very important for the class, for the examination. In sexual reproduction, it takes place by the male and female gamete, and spores are produced or new spores are formed, and sexually produced spores are formed. जो स्पोर्स are looking in syncytium, जो कि पोटेटो में होता है, जो spores are formed and जो sporangium break down and जो spores come to the outside and climatospores are formed and in some OD are formed. If you see ascospores are found in yeast. Ascospores are 8 in number and they are formed in ascus structure. These ascospores are produced on small structure known as sterigmata, and they are from acidospores. In rust and smut, they are from teletospores, iridospores, acidospores, etc. That is very important. Climatospores are thick-walled and zoospores are motile in nature. Basidiospores are formed in basidia. You can look in zoospores, sporangiospores, climatospores, Wodia, then ascospores, then basidospores, then acidospores, then iridospores, then teletospores. हो गया? बोल लो भाई. Basidospores are formed in basidia. They are binucleate in nature, and we know how the fungus classification is done. Kingdom fungi, it is divided by sexual reproduction, is known sexual reproduction. Fungi imperfecti, there is no sexual reproduction. Its class is Deuteromycetes. And sexual reproduction known as Mycelium septate and Phaeocomycetes are analogous fungi example है, and Mycelium aseptate just like Eumycetes. In hair fungi, Zygomycetes, that is conjugation is formed, and in hair fungi, Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes is formed. Now we see the class Phaeocomycetes. Phaeocomycetes is called eugamous fungi. The mycelium is cynocytic, multinucleate and aseptate. Hyphal wall is made of cellulose and glucans in many members. In some cases, it is from the cellulose on cell. Its production takes place by sporangia and they are formed in several spores. We can see in the Synchytrium or you can see in Pythium. In Phytophthora infestans, it causes disease in potato. You can see there are so many scars on this and on the sporangia there are found various spores. These spores reach on another fresh potato and disease is produced. White rust. White rust is caused in Albugo candida, Cystopus candidians. It occurs in crucifers and is characterized by the presence of irregular white blisters containing conidiophores on the leaves and stems. White blister is caused by Albugo-candidians. Dumping off take place in Pythium and there is a collapse on the ground and the downy mildew. The pathogen produces a colony or woody bloom on the surface of the hose, just like Clerospora graminecola spreads. And the powdery mildew is serious and green called Penicillium typhoidum, Penicillium typhoidum, and Pernospora parasitica. Just one class is completed. Tomorrow, yes, I will teach you 5 zygomycetes. You can see the diagram.
लाइक कमेंट शेयर दबा के करो ना, लाइक करते तुम ना कमेंट करते
हाँ ना अपनी प्रॉब्लम पूछते
ना कुछ पूछते, पढ़ना नहीं पढ़ना, स्टडी करनी नहीं करनी, टाइम पास करना ऐसे फोन में.
I am giving you full notes without any cost. Still you are not subscribing and not you are looking. It is very bad. Comment, share.
शेयर जरूर करें, कमेंट और लाइक जरूर करें. ठीक है, थैंक यू.